Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video I'll give you my overview about this Motorola Razr60 Ultra. And I've been actually using this smartphone with my primary SIM for about 4.5 days. This is not a full review, but my thoughts, what do I feel about this smartphone? And I definitely have to say this phone justifies the Ultra moniker. And I feel in terms of these flip phones, this one has to be one of the best as of now, and it has everything that you expect. So let's have a closer look at this smartphone now. So again, this is the smartphone. We'll come back to this later. Comes in this box. I've taken out the box contents. The good thing is that you still get a 68-watt charger, and it's a Type-C, so you get a Type-C to Type-C cable. I also checked it with regular PD chargers, and it charges pretty quickly. So if you're having a laptop charger, don't worry. And inside we also get a case with this one. And let me open it. I didn't open the case. I've been actually using this one without the case, like this, naked, for the last 4.5 days. And this is the case. So again, as it's a flip phone, it's a two-tone case, and again the case is matching the color. This one is that greenish Alcantara finish, and this looks very different. This feels like leather, and this is the Alcantara finish, that suede leather finish. So it's very different. And again, it also comes in different other colors. There's also wood finish, and also a red colored, leather finish. So there comes in 3 variants. And again, this wood one also has a very good texture to it. So this one actually stands out because I haven't seen any smartphone till now with this Alcantara finish. So again, this you can apply this case, so it goes back like this and does a little bit of protection. But again, I've been actually using it without the case. In terms of durability, they have done a good job. Ceramic glass, if I recall, yes, it has that one. And this is actually having a 4-inch screen. But the good thing is that now, as I've told you, the Ultra moniker justifies this smartphone, because also in terms of specs, this is having the fastest that you can have. The Snapdragon 8 Elite comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's again LPDDR5X RAM. That's the fastest, and 512 gigabytes of storage. That is UFS 4.0 storage. And also this is still, let me zoom in a little bit. This is having a 4-inch screen, and again this can also get actually pretty bright. If I recall, this can go up to 3000 nits peak brightness. And the internal, if you open, this is massive. This is now a 7-inch screen, and I like what Motorola has done. And if you notice this one closely, like this one, the crease is hardly visible. You have to go in extreme angles to look at it. So that way, I would say they have done a very good job. It hides the crease and completely locks like this. Also, in terms of durability, this is supposed to be a lot more durable, because this hinge is now a titanium hinge instead of a stainless steel hinge. And Motorola says this is 4x times stronger. And so it gives a very satisfying, click. And again, yes, it can stand like this in various modes. In fact, we have a lot of different modes like this that you are getting. And now also, this is sort of splash resistant. It is getting the IP48 protection, so that's actually good. You're getting the Snapdragon 8 Elite. I did run Antutu on this, and I got close to 2.2 million score. So it's a fast phone. And again, in India, there is only one variant, so 16 gigabytes of RAM that you're getting, with 512 gigabytes of storage. And also now, as I'm making this video after the pricing is out, the regular pricing is almost close to 1,99,990, but you can get about 10,000 rupees off with bank offers, so works out to about 90,000. And this is going to be available on Amazon, if I recall, and also of course on Motorola website, and even on Reliance site. I'll add the links in the description. Anyways, coming to the hardware of this one, again, this is having a very good screen, and this is also 165 hertz now. And even this outer screen is having that 165 hertz screen refresh rate. Yes, most of the apps won't take advantage of it. Most of it will be in that 120 hertz. But Motorola hasn't done any shortcuts in terms of the hardware they are giving for this flip phone, and this has that very satisfying flip that you can. And you can also do this, Motorola said, for the typical flip kind of a thing. So it works. So hinge is very durable according to Motorola, and they say this can last for about 8 lakh times opening and closing. So that's actually very high. And of course, as it's a flip phone here, we have a fingerprint scanner embedded in the power on a button. If you just press it like this, it will do. Also, if you have face unlocking, I have also enabled that. But yeah, this works very well. As you can see, no issues. We have the power on of volume rockers up and down, and bottom we have the SIM tray. SIM tray is interesting. You can have 2 nano SIMs or 1 nano SIM on an eSIM. So that combination is given. We have speakers over here and here, and I have to say this one has one of the loudest speakers that I've seen on a foldable phone. Generally, in most of the foldables phone, the speaker is slightly compromised, but this is a very pleasant experience. I had to keep the volume levels only at half. At the maximum, it gets very, very loud. Also, in terms of specifications, again, it has all the specs like Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision. Again, here are all the specs that you get. Also, this also has the ultra wideband support that you're getting. And of course, if you notice, there is also one more button over here. This is the new AI button. We have seen this similar on the Moto Edge 60 Pro. Same thing like that we are getting. So again, it has all the AI features. For example, if you press this button, you get to this, and if you hit more actions, you get the update me, image studio, playlist studio. I won't get into in depth about all these features because I've already covered them in the Edge 60 Pro's video. These are very, very similar. Remember this and all this thing. But this one has a couple of new AI features. For example, it's actually not enabled by default, so you have to go to the settings, and if you go to Moto AI, there is this interesting thing known as look and talk. By default, this will not be enabled, so you have to enable it from here. And this, as again, is this a flip phone? You can just flip it like this. You just locked it, and you can just flip it like this, and it has actually now recognized me. Can you? Oh, hi Moto. Can you tell me when is the IPL going to restart again? So you can ask anything. So this becomes like a hands-free assistant or whatever. And yes, this does a little bit of time, takes a couple of seconds for it to get the data. But yeah, let's see if it gets that right. So yes, it did.
The Indian Premier League 2025 will resume on May 17th, 2025, after a brief suspension.
Okay.
The final match is scheduled for June 3rd, 2020.
So, okay, it got that data. And also, apart from this, the other AI features that we saw on the Motorola, and again, check out my video of the Moto Razr60 Pro. You have Remember Me and all those things work. For example, you can also ask stuff. For example, I like Remember Me as a screenshot kind of a thing to remember stuff. I can even ask like that. For example, I can ask, what did I have for lunch? And I think so it will go to the memories and get information. Okay.
For lunch today, May 13th, 2025, you had grilled kebab, roasted cauliflower,
so again,
a
as you
cabbage
can
salad with lime dressing, and apple
So
sauce.
again, this one is like a thing where you don't even have to touch the phone. Your phone can be on the side. For example, I'm not showing my personal messages or whatever. If you do that, update me, ask it will update you with the messages or whatever. So again, you're busy working, you can just ask the phone and it will give you information. So this is a very nice mode that they have done. But again, as I've told you, you have to enable it. Apart from that, again, if you go to the AI button, you can go to the more actions. Again, you have the image studio and stuff. This works brilliantly. The image studio, playlist studio, it will make tracks and all this thing. For example, you can create avatars and all those things. You can just give any of your images and it will create an avatar or whatever. For example, the Remember Me, this was the image, the lunch that I had, and that AI only got it was a kebab or whatever I had. So again, that intelligence is there. And let me actually show you some of the, okay, these were actually created, I asked it to create an avatar from my image, and as you can see, it did a very good job. Most of the other AIs are making it so cartoony that it is not you, but here, as you can see, this one, I wore the specs and did it, so this is what it created, and this one. So again, they have done AI, but again, the generation that it is doing is done in a useful way, in my frank opinion. So that is regarding the AI part of this one. And again, the thing that I like about this smartphone, let me zoom in, is this outer 4-inch screen. And this, I feel, differentiates it from the others like flips, etc., from Samsung, etc., because my wife has a flip Samsung flip smartphone, and I have to say she hardly uses the outer screen, because the outer screen on those phones is very limited. Here you can add any app you want, your calendar, etc., all those things are available. And again, let me give you an idea. I use WhatsApp quite a bit for small stuff. I get a lot of notifications, this and that. So I can just open it here, and let me just go to something that doesn't have a lot of personal information. Where is this? Okay, so as you can see, I can read this completely over here, what is given. And also, as this is small, but it's not completely using the screen, you just hold your and it goes throughout the screen. So this outer screen is actually very useful, and in fact for 50% of the time I didn't have to actually open up the phone unless I was doing something explicit. So this outer screen is so practical over here. For example, even in maps, as you can see, okay, it was like maps, I put it on full screen. This is the regular one, full screen, and it is so much usable. So this outer screen, I have to say, Motorola has done a very good job with this outer screen, and you can actually indirectly use any app with this one, even YouTube, whatever you want, you can actually use it, make it like this, full screen or whatever. So this is super usable, I have to say. Another thing that I feel they have done a great job with this smartphone is that generally in most of these, what do you say, flip phones, etc., let me zoom out a little bit, the battery capacity is generally not that high, 3700 milliamp hour, 3800, and if I recall, it even went to about 4000 milliamp hour. But this one is having a 4700 milliamp hour battery, and I have to say that makes a big difference. As I've told you, I've now used it for about 4.5 days, and yesterday was a pretty busy day for me. From morning I was out, and at the end of the day, also at night about 10:30ish, I still had 28% battery left. So I have to say, if you are a regular user or even a slightly heavy user but not a super hardcore gamer, this can easily last for a typical full day. And if you're sort of a casual user, it'll last for 1.5 days. So that way, I would say they have done a great job by giving a big battery on a flip smartphone. And as I've told you, this outer screen is so useful now, this 4-inch screen. You can do a lot of tasks with this outer screen, and every time you don't have to actually open up the main screen. Coming to the main screen, again, this is also very good, very bright. As you can see, it's going pretty bright, and this can go up to 4500 nits, that peak brightness, but in regular usage also it's very good. You don't have to actually worry. Again, as it's having the Snapdragon, what do you say, 8 Elite, everything works very well. Also, small thing, haptic feedback is also done well on this one. Again, as I've told you, the speakers also very good. And strange thing is that this is also supporting Dolby Vision. For example, when you record video, if you go to video, there is an option of Dolby Vision videos also. So again, that is also supported. But for some strange reason, this is nitpicking. In Netflix, Dolby Vision is not there. Maybe they fix it within update. But apart from that, in general day-to-day performance, it's very good. And in general usage, I have to say, the handset also did not get hot or something. Now coming to the camera, again, this was already there in the earlier ones also. If you do just flip like this camcorder mode comes, and as you can see, it's now started recording, and you can use this screen as a slider to zoom in, zoom out between all the cameras like this, and you can just tap this, again it'll stop the recording. So these modes are still there on this one. And in video, it can go up to 8K also is supported, but I'll show you some samples that I've shot in 4K. Let's start with some camera samples. These were some sample shots in outdoor conditions. This was taken with the regular lens, and this was ultra wide. One more example, regular lens and ultra wide. Ultra wide is actually doing a very good job. Again, one more example, regular lens and ultra wide. Also, in terms of dynamic range, the dynamic range is actually pretty good with this one. And these are samples taken in dull lighting conditions indoor. And this was taken in my office. Here the lights were switched on, and here I switched off the lights, so very dull lighting conditions. Then also the pictures came out good. Now moving towards the selfies with the 50 megapixel selfie camera, and as you can see, the selfies also actually come out very good with the same. You can also take the selfies with the main camera, and these were taken in the portrait bokeh mode. recording this video with the rear facing camera, and I have kept it to 4K 30 FPS. You can even go 4K 60 and even 8K, but I have kept it to 4K 30. And I'm walking, as you can see, and the grass is uneven and looks like it's able to actually do the stabilization. And also within the screen you can go to the ultra wide, so I'll just do that. And now have shift to that ultra wide, and definitely the ultra wide is pretty wide. Let's just go back to 1x, and the audio is also being recorded via the internal microphone, so you can judge. Now I'm in the harsh sunny area, so this is what it is, and I'm just walking so that you can gauge the stabilization. And we also have the 2x digital zoom, so let me just try that now. So this is that 2x digital zoom that I'm doing. This is that 1x, and this is ultra wide. Let me just go back to 1x. Let me climb these stairs so that we get an idea how is the stabilization. If we are just moving around, looks like at least it's able to do it. But yeah, this is the quick sample. Now guys, I'm using the front facing camera, again 4K 30 FPS I've kept, and I'm just walking right now. I'm in very hot sunlight, and this can be great for vlog style videos. I'm just going down the steps. You guys let me know what do you feel about the stabilization and the audio. And now I've come to a slightly, what do you say, shadowed area. So this is, and I'm just going to walk back again. So this is how you can expect, what do you say, the video recording in, what do you say, with the front facing camera of this Moto Razr60 Ultra. So guys, that was the Moto Razr60 Ultra, and out of the box, again, as you expect, this is coming with Android 15 out of the box that you're getting. Again, 16 gigabytes of RAM, as I've told you, and that 512 gigabytes of storage. And regarding updates, Motorola is saying next 3 years of OS upgrades and next 4 years of security updates. Here I feel they could have done slightly better, but that's what it is. But what do you guys feel about this Razr60 Ultra? To be very, very frank, I have to say, if you're looking for a flips smartphone and the most powerful flip smartphone, then this one is the one to go as of now. And I really like the fact that Motorola is not gimping this outer screen. It is fully functional, and this is sort of a time saver. But what do you guys feel about this Razr60 Ultra? Do let me know in the comment section. Anyways guys, this is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.